Picture this for a second. Two specialists walk into an interview at a major tech company. The first one has the perfect resume: Stanford, publications in leading journals, an internship at Google. He knows everything, but he speaks quietly, stares at the floor, and slouches in his chair. The second is a guy from a regular state university. He has less experience, and maybe even less knowledge. But he walks into the room with a smile, looks people straight in the eye, his voice sounds confident, and the joke he tells at the beginning actually makes the strict HR director laugh. The question: who gets the job? If you thought the first guy, you'd be wrong. HR studies from around the world show that in 80% of cases, the job goes to the person who was liked, not the one who was smarter. This isn't magic. This is charisma. And today, I'm going to tell you why. In the modern world, IQ and technical skills are taking a back seat, and charisma is becoming the main currency of human interaction. A lot of people think charisma is a gift from the gods. You either have it or you don't. Or they think charisma is someone who yells loudly and waves their arms around. But let's look at the science. Social neuroscience tells us that charisma isn't magic. It's a specific set of signals that our brain interprets as safety and leadership. Harvard Business School professor Amy Cuddy dedicated 15 years of her life to this. She argues that charisma is built on two pillars. The first is power. You're not afraid. You're confident in yourself. You take up space. The second is warmth. You're not a threat. You smile. You radiate trust. The combination of power and warmth is the real magic that makes people drawn to you. A dog that wags its tail, warmth, but has a snarl on its face, power that's just weird. But if it only wags its tail, that's weakness. Charisma is balance. Now, let's get to the facts so you understand how serious this is. Study number 1, Princeton University. Researchers conducted a famous experiment. They showed students incredibly short, just 1 second long, black and white videos of politicians who were running for office in different states. There was no sound. People just caught a glimpse of a face. And guess what? The students' predictions about who would win the election matched the actual results in 70% of cases. In 1 second, people could read charisma from a face and a posture. No one listened to campaign speeches. No one read their policy papers. People simply voted for the person who looked more like a leader. Study number 2, Harvard and Carnegie Mellon University. Here's another study that shook up the business world. Researchers analyzed why some engineers and programmers are considered stars and others aren't. It turned out that what set the stars apart wasn't how many lines of code they wrote, and it wasn't their IQ. What set them apart was their ability to build social connections. They were the hubs in the communication network. They could explain complex things in simple, charismatic ways. Other specialists wanted to work with them simply because they enjoyed being around them. The takeaway? Even in the world of dry data and technology, your career depends on how easy you are to communicate with. Why does this happen? It all comes down to our ancient brain. When you meet a charismatic person, your brain stops producing cortisol, the stress hormone, and starts producing oxytocin. This is the hormone of trust and bonding. People feel comfortable around you. Subconsciously, their brain thinks, it feels safe near this person. I can follow them, they'll survive, and they won't let me get eaten. Charisma is an anchor of calm in a stormy sea. That's why when you walk into a room and smile, when you have open body language, when you say we instead of I, you become that leader. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to be the one who lowers everyone else's anxiety. Charisma doesn't solve anything, but it opens the very door through which you can then bring your skills and knowledge. If you have a goal but no one seems to listen, don't work on making your voice louder. Work on your energy. Work on your charisma. This was the first video on the channel. We're just starting to dig deep into psychology, motivation, and how to become the best version of yourself. If this conversation resonated with you, hit that like button. It really helps this video reach the people who need to hear it. And subscribe because we're only going deeper from here. See you in the next video. Stay charismatic.